I would like to propose a question to you, the audience, the viewer at home. Do you think Viltrumites give head? Just think about it. Now you might be wondering, Mister Yapsalon, why the fuck did you just ask me that? And that'd be a very, very fair question. Um, and it was because went to the gym with with Brelhan, and then on the way back we were talking about it. So we were talking about Viltrumites and how they have sex, and then I asked, "Do you think they eat pussy?" Well, I'll extend this. Do you think they give head? Which when you think about the politics of Viltrum and the culture of Viltrum, it's very um ultra Darwinist as well as conservative, as in they think they're the superior race, and also they don't like mixing with anything that's different to Viltrumites unless they absolutely have to save their like population or whatever the fuck. Um, and the thing about conservatives is, since they're not very explorative in their policies, their politics, their ideologies, they're not willing to try new things or explore. Uh, a lot of them statistically don't eat pussy or give head, or um, you should watch an FD Signifier video on conservatives are trash at sex or some shit. I think that's what it was called. Just watch FD Signifier in general. That guy's goated. Anyway, so I was thinking, do they eat it? Which I think Viltrum, uh, you know, intimate moments, I don't think they do. I actually think that Viltrumite versus Viltrumite versus Viltrumite is crazy. No, Viltrumite on Viltrumite sex is very competitive and probably a battle for dominance between both of them. I don't think it's very intimate at all. I think they're trying to overpower the other one. But also the thing with Viltrumites is I feel like they don't have sex for pleasure. It's literally just we must reproduce. We must carry on the greatness of the Viltrum Empire. Um, like uh, we were joking in the car ride back that Thrag probably is like, you only you only get 3 pumps, and then you better get pregnant after that. Like, uh, like some conservatives who also only have sex for the purpose of having children, they don't eat pussy either. There's correlation? I think so. Am I grasping at straws? Mayhaps, but it's an interesting conversation that I think doesn't need to be had, but I would like to have it. It's pretty. Anyway, that being said, when Nolan came to Earth, when he came to Earth, in order to blend in, when he met Debbie, they were together 20 years, first of all. And on Viltrum, like I said, I don't think they were eating pussy. I don't think they were giving head at all. I think, like I said, I think it was very competitive and I'm the top dog sort of deal during, excuse me, during sex. Um, so when he came to Earth, first of all, Debbie needs to get her flowers. Um, she she was so good that he didn't take over the world for like 20 years. Um, and that's more than just uh her kitty. It's probably the fact that she was having an impact on him. That's probably the biggest factor. But you know, both things can be true. So I think in order to blend in, Nolan, she would have been like, you gonna give me some head or some shit? I don't know. And she's gonna, you gonna eat it or what? And then he's like, eat it. I'm not a cannibal. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't. And then she's like, no, that's not what I meant. Um, and then I think the first time he eats pussy is with Debbie, and it's a form of um blending in that then turns into assimilation because he has a mustache. I think he very much into. Actually, the fact that Viltrumites do have mustaches, maybe they do. Maybe they do. Or maybe they're just genetically predisposed to be having mustaches and also don't eat pussy. I don't know. Because you don't see any Viltrumites with like full beards or like goatees and shit. So, hmm. Interesting. But anyway, I think he then, you know, blended in, then assimilated to the Cuchiana. Yeah. Um, and I think season 4 spoilers. They come to Earth, and I think they're going to be coming on Earth. If you guys might drip, and I think it's going to be the same. All the Viltrumites uh, are gonna start becoming eaters because for the survival of their race, they need to. You know what I mean? Because Viltrum, it very much seems like, well, assuming just based on the rest of their society and culture, that they only are intimate for the purposes of reproduction and not for pleasure. But then on Earth, they're gonna realize, I'm like, damn, this shit's actually pretty. This shit's actually really good. I want to save my race, but also, damn, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I think they're all gonna become eaters, and I think that should be a plot in season 5. They should address that. The people want to know. Kirk, man, Mr. Kirk. Um, we, yes, we want to know the logistics of Viltrumites and giving head. I just, you know, yeah. So I think they only started doing it once they came to Earth. And then part of them was actually, hold on, spoilers for post season 4, because I do want to still talk about this. If you read the comics, it's fine. But spoiler. A lot of the Viltrumites end up really gravitating towards Earth like Nolan, and I think part of that is probably because their partners, they one grew to love them, but also they're like, damn, this shit's way better than the shit on Viltrum. Way more open to doing new stuff. And they're like, I found out I really like eating. Uh, so yeah, that's the topic of conversation in this video. Let me know what you guys think. Um, Kind of a bit different to my other videos, but nevertheless, I think it's an interesting conversation because Viltrumite politics and society, there's some elements within our own, especially on the more conservative one that is all about conquest. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. Just a little, it's a thinker.